My parents installed a hidden camera in my house without my knowledge to make sure that I was not having intimacy with my boyfriend. Now they are banned from my house and my life. Recently, my parents visited my condo. For the past few months since I've bought it, they visited me regularly just to talk, and so I thought it was just another visit, and it was until I saw something plugged in my living room. Me and my fiancé clean our place once a week, so I didn't see it until now. And it was a nanny cam. I unplugged it and I called my parents about it, and they said they didn't know anything about it. I believed them at first, but when my fiancé told me that they were the only people that had been in our place in the past week, I asked them again and then they confessed. Their reasoning was honestly appalling, and to put it simply, they wanted to make sure I wasn't having intimacy. We got in a really big argument and I told them to not visit me for a while, but they told me they'd do it anyway and that we'd have a talk in person about me not being compliant. I'm a grown-ass fucking woman. There is no valid reason for them to break my trust and put a secret camera in my house. I honestly don't feel comfortable seeing my parents for a long time. They were already pushing their boundaries in my opinion with a lot of the comments they say about my fiancé. They said on numerous occasions he was a slut, which is fucking gross. The only person that's convinced me to still let them see me these past few months is literally my fiancé. And yet they still disrespect both him and his culture regularly. As far as I'm concerned, if he's not open to seeing them, I have no reason to see them for some time either. Update, 4 months later. To start from the beginning. My parents put a camera in me and my fiancé's condo without us knowing. They visited our condo frequently up until that point, so we didn't expect anything until we actually saw it a week later. When we confronted them about it, their reasoning was to basically make sure we weren't having intimacy, and after it all happened I didn't feel comfortable at all seeing or talking to them again, or to maybe go no contact. Especially considering all of the weird poop they'd said about my fiancé prior to this. However, my fiancé convinced me to do otherwise. So we talked to my parents about it all. They apologized, which the both of us thought sounded really fake. So we decided to set some boundaries with them. The most notable ones was that they weren't allowed in our condo for the next year, and that they could only meet us in public spaces. We also asked my parents to admit they put a camera in our house if we ever wanted to take legal action against them. At the time we didn't plan to ever do that. And for the past few months since the incident we haven't seen my parents all that much. Then around Thanksgiving my fiancé saw my parents. I was at work at the time, but my fiancé was taking his cousin to a fundraising event for his youth church group. My fiancé isn't really all that religious, but he does identify as a Taoist. On the other hand, his cousin is Christian, like my family. I'm pretty sure he's Catholic while my parents are Protestant. So there is a disconnect there, but regardless they're both still Christian. My fiancé is close to his cousin, so when my fiancé called me to tell me that he was going to spend the day with him, I thought that was fine. But then I got a call from my fiancé telling me that he saw my parents at the event, when he said that I just told him to ignore them. To be honest, I don't think I reacted with enough urgency. I should have told him to literally stay the fuck away from them, like don't talk with them at all, because for some reason he decided to bring his cousin to go talk to them. I love my fiancé, so please don't take this the wrong way. But when he told me he willingly brought himself over to see them, I wanted to call him stupid so bad. I don't want to get mad at him. But when he tried to explain his reasoning to me, it was all just, I don't know, so fucking stupid. He said when he said hi to my parents, they asked him what he was doing here, and then he introduced his cousin. He said that they were actually really respectful to his cousin, and they talked for a while. His cousin told my fiancé that he needed to go now, so my fiancé tried to say bye, and when he did, he said my dad grabbed his arm. He said they let go right away, but my fiancé asked him what he was doing. They proceeded to get in an argument and my fiancé started to film them. He got in on video. Literally as soon as he started filming, they began pushing away my fiancé and his cousin. Literally a fucking kid. They were pushing and hurting a kid for no fucking reason. After that my fiancé brought his cousin with him back home. So his cousin's event was ruined for him. For the past few weeks now, me and my fiancé have been considering getting a restraining order against my parents, at the very least my dad. Amazingly, my fiancé is still somewhat hesitant on going all the way through with it. But once he considers his cousin and the fact that he was affected by my parents too, he wants to get it. It's actually so fucking crazy the poop my parents have done to try and control my and my fiance's life, and putting the camera in our house was just the thing that really opened my eyes to everything. After this, I don't ever want to talk to them. My parents have been ignoring all of our calls. But I really wonder what reason they had to basically involve my fiance's cousin too. Just unbelievable all around, really.